Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. And so I'm going to be playing a little segment of a conversation that I heard yesterday. And I'm going to let you listen to it. And then I'm going to make a comment or a few comments about it. Okay, here is that clip.
Because he knows God exists. I actually think
there would be no rational grounds to hate or dislike Jesus Christ. There couldn't be. It's impossible to rationally decide that Christ is unworthy of worship. It's not just irrational, it is insane.
Yeah, I think this might be a conspiracy because I know a lot of us would say that all the atheists unconsciously or subconsciously know God exists. There's part of me that thinks Matt actually consciously knows God exists and he's putting on a charade.
No, everybody has a basic knowledge of God existing because God made them to know. They're just simply suppressing it. They're pushing it down because they desperately don't want it to be true. Why do you think so many of the active American atheists spend so much time attacking Christianity? Because they take it seriously. If they thought it was a joke, they wouldn't waste their time. Okay.
How many Muslims do you see them debating? Not as many. How many Hindus? Never.
They actually take Christianity very seriously. In fact, they take it so seriously that they want to devote a lot of time and attention to attacking it, to discredit it, because they desperately do not want it to be true.
Now, I think that is completely inaccurate, I should say, inaccurate. I think that if there are people who are of what Darth would consider the not God world, they are speaking from the not God world, the reason why they spend so much time talking about Christianity, especially those who are actively doing it online, we're talking about in social media, active people in social media, is because, well, actually, here's the thing is that Darth actually, in a way, answered that question. Here is the reason why they care so much and they put so much time into dealing with, among other groups, Christianity.
Because there's a unwritten rule of human a contract between human beings that when we speak to each other, we're going to be truthful, even if we vigorously disagree with each other. Okay, and you see, this is what is so common with the atheist. They don't give a rat's ass about being genuine, transparent, or truthful. They'll resort. Why I ended up yelling at him and being angry and telling him he's a scumbag, because he is the one who sought me out. Okay, he sought me out. There's a social contract. We're going to be truthful to one another, and he wasn't being truthful. He was being deceptive.
Let me ask you a question, Halting. Do you think a fundamental principle of an underlying unwritten social contract among human beings that when we speak to each other, truthful?
Within a true speaking context, yes, and like within normal.
No. Hey, moron.
And I think there are at least a couple problems when Darth made the statement that these people who are spending so much time, he said that they don't care about the truth. Well, number one, according to Darth himself, the truth can only exude from a worldview which is, at its foundation, truthful. It cannot exude from a false worldview or from a counterfeit worldview or from any of the not God worldviews. Okay, so Darth, by saying that they don't care about the truth, he is actually contradicting himself, because he has said on other occasions, more than once, that there cannot be truth in for people that fall into the not God worldview. Let me play one of those clips and then you'll understand what I'm speaking about.
In terms of the framework of naturalism, are metaphysically unviable and unintelligible. So you can't say that truth is attainable in naturalism because it's a false worldview. Truth is only attainable in a worldview that is true, not in a worldview that is false.
Okay, so that right there totally blows away his theory about why these people are spending so much time dealing with this issue. Now, the other way, the second way that he is contradicting himself, is when he speaks about this so-called unwritten social contract. Because when he is speaking about that, he is speaking about society in general. But society in general is made up of more than one category, even according to Darth himself. Society in general would include those who, according to Darth, are in the God world and the not God world. So there cannot be a social contract that deals with truth when you look at it and consider you're talking about society in general. According to Darth, that cannot be so, because in order to have a social contract in general, that means everybody would have to know what is the truth. They would also have to know or be able to identify what is false. And according to Darth, that is not so for those who are in the not God world. They are not able to do that. So again, when Darth speaks about a basic social contract, he is talking out of both sides of his mouth. Now remember, this guy is talking about a basic social contract and being truthful to others. That came out of the same mouth as the guy who went into a YouTube live stream and he impersonated a deceased person. He did it intentionally, he did it premeditated, and it was deliberately done. So who is he to talk about a basic social contract or even being truthful? He can label himself a Christian as many times as he wants, but he is contradicting his own worldview. And actions, according to him, speak louder than words. Furthermore, he mentioned the word insane. He brought that up. Do you know what else he said about people who are insane? He said that people who embrace contradictions are insane. Who does that remind you of?
From a biblical, I'm only going to give you the
Please let it
biblical
happen.
perspective.
I want your perspective. I don't.
I'm
really
giving you my perspective is the biblical perspective.
Okay.
Because the message of Christianity, as it is spoken by me, the denial of which leads to incoherence. I believe, and by the way, I'm sure you're aware that I only defend Christian theism. In Christian theism,
Listen to me carefully. The reason why I have to be so assertive is because I have this teenage mentality. Listen carefully.